Los Angeles is no stranger to wildfires, but the speed and ferocity of recent blazes left the city reeling. In just over a week, these fires claimed dozens of lives, forced thousands from their homes, and caused billions in damages. Today, we're taking a deeper look at the factors that created this perfect storm and what we can learn for the future. Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we'll explore why the Los Angeles fires spread so rapidly, what role climate and weather played, and the lessons we can take forward. We'll also hear expert insights from Professor David Demeritt, a geographer and environmental policy specialist at Boston University. Let's dive in. Officials are investigating multiple possible causes ranging from sparking power lines and errant fireworks to arson, but many experts, including those quoted by major news outlets, say natural causes may be more likely, given the high wind conditions. According to Professor David Demeritt, dangerous fire weather conditions can make even a small spark explode into a massive inferno. When the fires started on January 7, the combination of heavy winds and bone-dry vegetation fueled a swift and deadly spread. Southern California regularly experiences a climatological phenomenon called the Santa Ana winds. These strong, dry winds blow from the colder high deserts of Nevada and Utah toward the warmer coast, rushing through narrow mountain passes. Once they arrive, they act like a giant bellows on a fire, intensifying the flames and making them extremely difficult to control. LA's last moderate rainfall was back in April 2024, with only trace amounts since then. This left the landscape tinder dry. When sparks landed on the parched vegetation, fires spread rapidly, sometimes growing 20-fold in a matter of hours, like the Eden Fire in the San Gabriel Mountains east of Pasadena. Much of Southern California's ecosystem is chaparral, a fire-dependent shrubland. It actually needs periodic burning to regenerate, but decades of fire suppression have allowed fuels like dry brush and shrubs to build up, making wildfires far more intense when they finally happen. Over the past year, Los Angeles saw heavy rainfall that ended a long-term drought but also encouraged plant growth. Now, in the midst of a new drought, that vegetation has become an almost perfect tinderbox. Fire experts agree that controlled burns could reduce the overall fuel load, but with more people living in the wildland-urban interface, there's significant pushback from residents concerned about possible property damage from these controlled fires. It's a tough balance. Unlike some wildfires that stay confined to remote areas, one of the LA fires, called the Palisades Fire, became a true urban conflagration. Buildings themselves became fuel. This complicates mitigation strategies like vegetation trimming, since structures are now a major source of fire spread. As for climate change, it's a piece of the puzzle. Rising temperatures and shifting precipitation patterns can intensify droughts. Meanwhile, major rain events can spur rapid plant growth, followed by prolonged dry periods that leave even more fuel on the ground. But experts, including Professor Demeritt, caution that focusing solely on climate change may breed paralysis. While it's critical to reduce emissions, we must also plan more resilient communities, develop better building standards, and manage fuel loads now. So, what can we do about all this? For starters, land use policies can discourage building in high-risk zones. Communities can create defensible space, removing or reducing brush and flammable materials around homes. Strengthening building codes and ensuring adequate insurance coverage can help protect both lives and property. Evacuation plans also need to be updated, especially for dense urban areas where roadways can become clogged. And yes, climate change mitigation remains crucial for the long-term health of our environment. Meanwhile, the insurance industry faces a significant financial blow, which may lead to stricter coverage terms or higher rates. Some companies have already begun withdrawing from high-risk regions, which could reshape housing markets and community development in ways we've never seen before. The LA wildfires are a sobering reminder that no single factor leads to a disaster of this magnitude. From strong winds and drought to outdated land management and changing climate patterns, a perfect storm can form when we least expect it.